name is Christina Hudson, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I feel that education really says a lot about my background. Growing up, there were no college graduates in my family tree, so I wanted to strive to become the first college graduate in my family. I wasn't really sure what was in store for my future, but I was very determined early on to become successful and independent. I've always had great motivation, but I've also struggled with indecisiveness, so that's always been something I've had to battle against and has been a challenge for me. I decided to constantly challenge myself in order to overcome obstacles and setbacks that I would encounter along the way. As a result of that, here's how I progressed from my childhood years to the point of identifying my goals and future dreams, and goals that I've since accomplished and ones that I've yet to accomplish. I had a unique upbringing in many ways, and there were pros and cons to it, as there are with any style of teaching and upbringing, but I can definitely say I picked up some wonderful pros from it, and I believe those helped shape me as a person and get me started on the right foot. I lived most of my life in Florida in a house that was on a busy street to allow traffic for my dad's in-home computer business. I'm the eldest of 4 girls, and each of us were homeschooled by our mom. And our family was poor, so I learned the value of the dollar pretty fast. My mom was devoted to our schooling, and she had the utmost patience with us, and still managed to run the household while Dad was doing service calls. She worked very hard, and I appreciate that now more than ever, and at the time I even admired it and wanted to be like her when I grew up. We lived check to check, so by the time my 3rd sister was born, my mom had to enter the workforce. But she still managed to teach us and kept that as the priority. I was usually the one selected to run errands with her, so I did see her, like I witnessed firsthand, her having to budget things and be careful about what she purchased and having to wait on certain things that we didn't have the money for. And as a result, I realized since I wasn't born into a wealthy family, that I would need to set up a plan B for myself in order to go to college. I had heard about the FAFSA scholarships and the Pell Grants, and that those were available to financially needy students who made good grades. So that was my goal. I wanted to make good grades, and I successfully did that and earned a college preparatory diploma while I was in high school, and didn't stop there. When I went into college, I got into the Phi Theta Kappa Honorary Society, and I maintained my grades and managed to get a degree in associate's degree in psychology. Now, psychology was something I was drawn towards because I wanted to help people, and also the TV, kind of played it up and made it sound like it was something kind of glamorous to do, being a forensic psychologist or criminal profiler and helping people, from the background to catch the bad guys, basically. So as a result, I felt like I could help people from behind the scenes, and that ended up being my ultimate goal, was that I realized that I wanted to help others. So I earned my college degree, and I was the first graduate of my family, so that was the first major goal that I accomplished. And from that point, I also determined that after I had graduated, unfortunately, the associate's degrees didn't hold a lot of ground in the workforce any longer. So my interest in psychology kind of waned as the economy had, and I had to start thinking about a new future prospect for me as far as what I would do with my life, and try to get myself set up in a way that I would be financially independent and successful. Because I was interested in helping people, and because I wanted to be financially independent, I landed on the idea of becoming a nurse. Seemed like it was a good way to encompass both of those fields. So at present, I'm working towards the co-requisites for that degree, and I've moved to Louisville with my boyfriend Alan, and right now we live in a house with our 2 Weimaraners and flying squirrels. And at one point in the future here, I'll be a nurse, and I know I'll be good at it because it's going to encompass things that I've wanted to do with my life. And it's helped me to determine the one goal that I have overall that makes me up as a person, which is to help others. So that's a little bit about me.